Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to make easy, do-it-yourself bath bombs at home. So first step is to mix all the dry ingredients. So first thing, we want 1 cup of baking soda. Next, we're going to get a 1/2 cup of cornstarch. Next, we're going to get a 1/2 cup of citric acid. And the citric acid is what actually makes the reaction in the bath bombs, and that's what makes them fizz. And then last, we want a 1/2 cup of Epsom salt. And now we're going to take a whisk and we're going to mix all this up real good. Break up any clumps that are in there. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now we have our dry ingredients mixed up. Okay, so now that we have our dry ingredients mixed up and they're set over to the side, we're going to mix up our wet ingredients. So we're going to take 1 tablespoon of water. And we're going to mix in 2 tablespoons of carrier oil. Now you can use whichever carrier oil you want. You can use fractionated coconut oil. I'm using sweet almond oil. So we're going to put 2 tablespoons of sweet almond oil. And we're going to mix that up real good. Since oil and water don't mix real well, we're going to use our whisk here to mix that up. And then we're going to put in 20 drops of high alpine lavender essential oil that we sell in our shop. I love this lavender, it smells really good. So we're going to put in 20 drops of lavender. And we're going to make sure that's mixed in real good. And now we have our dry ingredients on our wet ingredients, and we're ready to mix the two together. Okay, now we're ready to put the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients, and one thing you want to be careful of is you want to mix this in very, very slowly, just a little bit at a time. Because what's going to happen if you put too much in there, you're going to start the citric acid and it's just going to start fizzing and bubbling up. So you want to just mix a little bit in. And you want this to come out kind of the consistency of wet sand so it'll stick together. Just keep mixing it in. I had a little bit of fizzing start there, but luckily I was able to stop it by mixing a little more powder in. And that's the thing, if you start mixing this together and it starts fizzing up, just add a little more dry ingredients and you'll stop the reaction. Oh, that smells good. Now what you should come up with is something like this that just sticks together, just like wet sand. Okay, so now we're ready to place our mixture into our molds. Now I've got a couple of different types of molds here, and you can use whatever you want to. I bought these online. They fit together nicely and they make some nice bath bombs that are about the size of a tennis ball. So what we're going to do is just take our mixture and we're just going to put some in here and press it down. And what you want to do is leave it a little extra in the middle so when you press it together it'll seal together. So when you take this apart, you've got one ball. We're going to press that in there. And then we're going to put this mold together. And then we're going to put these aside to dry. Now you'll see that this is going to come out as just one ball. And you want to make sure you've got enough in there so that when you press it together, the two halves will meld together and they'll make one nice round bath bomb. Now the other thing you can do is you can put these into just a regular ice tray. We're going to make a couple of these in the ice tray. Some people like the smaller bath bombs. Like I say, just put it in the ice tray, press it down. So there we have it. We're going to let these dry overnight. So we're going to have 4 small ones, and we'll have 2 about the size of a tennis ball. So we'll let them dry overnight, and then we'll take them out tomorrow, and then we'll continue with the video. Okay, so our bath bombs are done, and now we're going to take them out and put them in storage. So for our small ones that we have here, the good thing about these bags is you can actually keep from making a mess. Just drop them out like that, and we're going to put them in our storage container. Now, since they're dry, they're not really too fragile, but you don't want to just drop them in, because the edges crumble a little bit. But there you go. So we've got nice small bath bombs. Just take a couple of those, drop it in the bath, and we put them in this container, and that keeps the essential oils from evaporating away, so they smell good whenever you get ready to use them. Now for the bigger ones here, this is going to make a little bit of a mess, but these, I just put them in just Ziploc storage baggies. So we'll open this baggie up, and I just put them in a drawer in the bathroom. So there you are. And it's got that great lavender smell to it. I just put them in here to keep them fresh. Actually, we can put 2 of them in there. So we'll put the other one in there as well. And there you have it. Squeeze as much of the air out as possible. And there we are. So what we'll do next is we'll actually set the camera up, drop some in the bathtub, and we'll see how they work. Alright, here's our bath bomb. It's about the size of a tennis ball, and we're going to drop it in and watch what happens.